Sorry, Mark. I know I got to wait for you. Good morning, everybody. Let's call into order the CalHFA Audit Committee meeting. Let's start with a roll call. Melissa.
All right. Mr. Starr for Treasurer Moth.
Here.
Ms. Sotelo.
Here.
Mr. Gunning.
Here.
We have our quorum.
Awesome. Full house. Everyone had a chance to spend the night reviewing the minutes and going over those extensive notes. Any comments or corrections?
No comments, no corrections from me.
Awesome. Then why don't we go ahead and deem those approved? I know we have a hear from IT today, but I do just want to make sure that if there's any issues, Noah, for you or the treasurer, Delilah, any for you, bring them up. But we look for a short and sweet meeting today of the audit committee. So with that, Ashish, I think you're up. We get to hear from you in IT this morning.
Thank you, Melissa. Thanks, Melissa. I'm sorry, Courtney. So you folks should be able to see my presentation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Chairperson Mr. Gunning, members of the audit committee, Mr. Starr representing Secretary Marr, and Ms. Sotelo, Deputy Director Mr. Kebiar, my peers and staff and members of the public, a very good morning to you all. My name is Ashish Kumar and I'm the Chief Information Officer for California Housing Finance Agency. It is my privilege once again to inform you about our information technology and security updates. What a year we have all seen, not a normal one by any regular standards. Yet CalHFA has persevered in extraordinary ways. I'm proud of those successes and even prouder to have supported some of those initiatives through technology. Today I'm here with Russell Nakau, Information Security Officer for the agency, and together we'll share some high-level projects which align our information technology and CalHFA business plan, our COVID-19 response from IT's eyes, and lastly, how we are managing our cybersecurity and mitigating risks along the way. Now, I see information technology as a true enabler and a growth driver. From technology perspective, our involvement has always been critical in delivering key initiatives, whether it's to ensure our staff are on the latest computer systems or on the latest version of Office, or whether they can get to the internet, we have always been instrumental. Our relationship with our business units play an important role in ensuring that critical programs get the technology assistance it needs. And as such, our involvement in the following projects have allowed us to become even a stronger partner. The Strategic Project Advisory Group, also known as SPAG, consists of 7 directors, and they are responsible for ensuring that strategic projects are aligned to the business plan. IT assisted in implementing this group. The Information Technology Governance Council, the ITGC, is a group that is spinned off from SPAG and ensures that proper resources from IT is allocated to the highest agency initiatives. And then following the implementation of these 2 groups this last year, we have been able to track status on 46 completed projects, allocated priority and resources accordingly. Digital transformation is a process of using digital technologies to create new or modifying existing business processes, culture, and customer experiences. Now, as such, CalHFA has 36 new digital processes known as workflows, which has replaced manual processes across multiple business units. The enhancements and implementations of new applications, whether it's assisting e-discovery for our legal shop in ensuring that we are using technology for PRA requests, or whether whether it's assisting multifamily on an ongoing effort to replace its loan origination and asset management systems into a one verbose system, or whether it's assisting single family on an ongoing effort to implement artificial intelligence application to determine abnormalities in loan apps, IT continues to aid business units. So COVID and teleworking. Now, CalHFA made an announcement to implement work from home for staff in March of 2020. This announcement basically meant close to 83% of our workforce could work from home at some level. What we had during the time of announcement, we had limited connections. We had 60 to 70 staff were authorized to connect remotely, but not all at once. If all of them connected at once, there was a bottleneck as connections went to only one server. And since nobody knew COVID was coming, we only had limited systems that could go to staff. So we didn't have systems ready to go. Now, to work from home and to establish a variety of services to allow staff to work remotely and as effectively as they could, had they been in the office, was a challenge that needed a solution right away. What we did, we expanded our capabilities by adding 6 additional connecting servers. We enabled staff to connect directly to their desktops at work using their remote computers. We increased our bandwidth to accept more connections, and we deployed laptops, spare desktops, and allowed staff to use their personal computers using two-factor authentications. CalHFA went from 30 to 35% of its staff's ability to connect remotely to 83% of its staff to work from home. Now, all this in a matter of 3 weeks or less, and not compromising security or inheriting additional risks. The largest opportunity for a CIO is to help take what we have learned from this environment and begin to apply it moving forward. And I think it has also been helpful for the IT enterprise to see what IT can do when the chips are down. We had an opportunity to showcase our stuff over this period, and we delivered when it counted, and as a team. This concludes my part of this presentation, and I'll be happy to take your questions now or at the end of the presentation. Not hearing any, thank you very much again for your time. Now I present to you Russell Nakal, our Information Security Officer. Russell.
Thank you, Ashish. Good morning, everybody. My name is Russell, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about cybersecurity here at CalHFA. Our topics this morning are going to be the nationwide cybersecurity review, Assembly Bill 670, which is the Independent Security Assessment, Office 365 security features, KnowBe4 security training software, and our network traffic monitoring tool. So this year has brought several challenges our way, but no more prevalent in IT than ransomware. Ransomware attacks have been on the rise and been getting more dangerous in recent years. Cyber criminals are aiming to encrypt as much of a corporate network as possible. A single attack can result in a company having to pay a lot of money to retrieve their data. It also damages a company's reputation. The CalHFA Information Technology Division has been working on protecting our staff and our data. So the nationwide cybersecurity review is one way our agency can evaluate our cybersecurity programs. This is a voluntary self-assessment and is aligned to the National Institute of Standards and Technology Cybersecurity Framework. It provides our team a guideline to help identify and prioritize actions for reducing cybersecurity risk. The industry averages for 2020 are still being processed, but you can see here on the screen our following scores. So CalHFA has been above the average for state agencies the past several years. Another way we can help our security is the Assembly Bill 670, which is the Independent Security Assessment. So the ISA is required by California Government Code and is an assisted visit if not an audit. All state entities are subjected to this assessment every 2 years and is mandated by the Office of Information Security. So the California Military Department is the recommended third party to conduct this assessment, but CalHFA was given an exemption. And we have partnered with our team at Clifton Larson Allen to conduct this assessment. So why do we need it? Well, the assessment analyzes a series of technical controls as designated by the California Office of Information Security. It assists us in protecting our information assets from cyber threats. And it's carried out in 3 different tests. One is the internal test. So basically, CLA is inside of our network, seeing where there are vulnerabilities. The second one is an external test. So from outside, they're trying to get into our network. And the last one is web application testing. So what do these 3 tests get us? Well, at the end of the assessment, CalHFA is provided with a detailed report stating all the observations that were found. So it basically lays out where our cybersecurity can improve and what we have done good. So we use this list to make our environment more secure. So the next thing we do is the Office 365 security features. So what is it? Office 365 is comprised of many different applications. We use them every day: Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive, SharePoint, and newly to us, Teams. So O365 allows communication and data to be accessed in several different ways and in several different locations. So no longer do we physically have to be in the office to communicate and get CalHFA data. Why do we need these security features? Well, as technology evolves, we can access data from everywhere. And this allows us to be more productive. However, it increases the likelihood of sensitive data getting stolen, destroyed, or changed by cyber criminals. So implementing these O365 security solutions limits the risk and allows us to protect our electronic resources. So the bulleted features you see here is what CalHFA IT has implemented. So it's the anti-malware policy, the anti-spam policy, anti-phish policy, safe attachments, and safe links. Basically, it just reduces the garbage that bad actors send into us, and we could click on things and allow unlawful access. Next, we have know before security training. We know that's everybody's favorite thing to deal with is security training. What know before is they're an IT security company that provides cloud-based security awareness training. So it educates our users in cybersecurity for data protection in and outside of the office. This new software incorporates several different methods of learning. Why do we need it? Well, our best defense is protecting our biggest asset, our users. So this new security training allows IT to educate staff on new attacks and what to look out for so we can be prepared. Next, we have our network traffic monitoring software, which is called Darktrace. What is it? Darktrace is a software company that specializes in cyber defense. So it's a piece of software that will alert our IT department to oddities in our computer systems. It will allow us to investigate the findings to stop malicious actors. Why do we need it? What's good about Darktrace is that without a security team in place, this piece of software uses learned intelligence, AI, artificial intelligence, to assist with detecting and preventing possible hackers.
Hey, Russell.
Yes.
Question, the difference between KnowBe4 and Darktrace and their functionality and how do they interact?
Yeah, so KnowBe4 is a security platform where training is held. So basically it has videos and tests just to let users know what threats are out there and what to look out for. Darktrace, on the other hand, is a piece of software that it collects data in our network, and it'll tell IT if there's something odd, like, oh, this user is connecting from outside of the office in New York. 10 minutes later, this user is connecting in California. So that's impossible. So not impossible. Well, no, it is impossible. So basically the software itself stops that connection and alerts IT saying, hey, you know, this is a little bit odd. It's something to look into. So it kind of detects us into things that we're not going to sift through all these logs to find this information. That Darktrace software will analyze it and give us information to work upon. Did that answer your question?
Great question.
Thank you. So looking ahead to 2021, what's coming for security in 2021? There's a lot of little things that we're going to implement, but the biggest ones are implementing a security information and events management. It's called a SIM. Basically, what a SIM does is it collects security logs from every system we have in our network. So whether it's a network switch or a desktop or a laptop or a server, any type of endpoint, this software will gather. And what it does is it aggregates all that information, almost like Darktrace, and it applies analytics to collect the data to discover trends, detect threats, and enable CalHFA to investigate those alerts. So this system basically allows us to be proactive rather than reactive. And we are also going to create and implement conditional access policies for O365 remote use. So the year 2020 has pushed our staff outside the office walls, and working remotely seems to be here to stay, and we as an agency would like to embrace the change and not fight it. So at the same time, we do want to be secure and safe, and adding these conditional access policies will allow us to access data and manage and monitor it where we potentially have the ability to leak the data or to save it in the incorrect location. So these policies will help us stop those data leakages. And that is all I have today. Are there any questions from anybody?
No, thank you, Russell. That was helpful. I know I'm gonna be talking to our IT guys to make sure we got all these things going on, because I agree working remotely can be a challenge, and it's good to know you guys are up on it. And I certainly want to congratulate you for how quickly you guys were able to implement at home and get everyone up and adding the servers. I mean, that's one of the things we recognized immediately. So kudos to you and your team for that.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thoughts, comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to echo that. To be able to get up from 30% remote to 83% within 3 weeks, that is incredible. And the fact that we're taking such a comprehensive look at, our security, our remote security, and being so proactive, I think is fantastic. I think our borrowers would really appreciate that. So congratulations on a job well done.
Yeah, I'd echo the same congratulations as well.
Thanks.
Thank you, Noah. All right, let's move ahead to item number 4, the annual review of the Charter Committee. Lori, I know we talked about this, but why don't you share with the committee what this is all about?
Well, according to the charter, we're required to have an annual review and hold meetings at least 2 times a year. I don't know if you've had a time to look at what the charter, the charter is there. So what we're doing today is just looking it over, making sure that we understand what our responsibilities are as an audit committee member, and make sure that we are okay with the number of voting members, which is no less than 3, and that we do have the, meet at least twice per year is still okay with the audit committee members. Michael, I don't know if you.
No, I think that's really it. I know I looked at it. I think we're fine. We made the adjustment for the meetings last year. I don't know, Noah or Delilah, you have any thoughts?
None from my end.
Great. Seeing no comments, let's keep it as it is. Do we need to take any action, Lori? Are we okay? If we're not doing
No, we're
anything?
okay. And just, Michael, I don't think that we did change anything with the number of meetings. I think we felt that 2 meetings were good. One, early in the year and one at the end. And just as a reminder, we could always schedule additional meetings if needed, if something does arise.
Mhm.
Michael,
Awesome.
the only thing I wanted to check was, is there a deliverable stipulated in the charter in terms of our report back to the board, or is there anything that stipulates, what we're supposed to do from a delivery standpoint?
I don't think there's anything official other than maybe Michael mentioning it in his report out during the regular board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there isn't anything official. Nothing is required to be written.
Okay.
Yeah, usually, Delilah, it's when the audit's done and, because of the controller, it takes a while. So we report out the results when we get them later in the year.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. All right. Thank you, Lori. Moving on to item 6. Is there any additional discussion from committee members?
None from me.
I love it when a meeting is smooth. Great. Why don't we move on then to item 7? Is there any public comment from members of the public?
No.
None. With that,
No.
any other comments? Then we stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you in a half hour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.